Abuja Indigenes head to court to demand the governor, 3 senators, reps, state, and assembly. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Please subscribe to our channel. The original inhabitants of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, are preparing to take legal action to request that the federal government of Nigeria and the National Assembly allow them to elect their governor, 3 senators, House of Representative members, and State House of Assembly representatives. This decision comes in response to the recent judgment by the Presidential Petition Tribunal Court, which is also that Abuja holds no special status compared to other states. Dana Bala, the former spokesman of Atiku Abubakar's presidential campaign organization, announced this move on his verified Twitter account, verified X account, formerly known as Twitter, citing the tribunal's ruling that places Abuja on equal footing with other states. He wrote, and I quote, "Following the presidential election petition court's judgment, which states to the effect that Abuja is just like any other state, I am hearing that the natives of Abuja are approaching the court for an order mandating federal government to let them produce their governor and 3 senators, among other peculiarities of a state, what is good for Guinea is also good for Uganda." Recall that the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal ruled that the Federal Capital Territory (FCT) does not enjoy any special status compared to the other 32 states of the Federation concerning the mandatory 25% vote requirement in the presidential election conducted on February 25th. The court's ruling, issued on Wednesday, emphasizes that the FCT hold no superiority over any state in this regard. The tribunal said the Labour Party interpretation of 134(2)(b) of the Constitution is completely fallacious, if not outrightly ridiculous. Section 134 and 2 of the 1999 Constitution of Nigeria, as amended, mandates that in a presidential election involving multiple candidates, the winning candidate must secure a majority of the total vote cast and obtain at least 25% of the vote in at least 2/3 of 36 states, and the Federal Capital Territory (FCT) to be declared the duly elected president of Nigeria. Now, I love this. I think they come as I can't do anyhow. Nigeria, this is what I'm going to still tell us. Nigeria, more they hold people accountable. Make we they hold people accountable. Make we know they afraid to demand for waiting reach us. You understand? If that's the case, it will now begin to agitate the rotation of Federal Capital of Nigeria. Yes, now. Yes. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory is the governor of the FCT, but if you say it is not so, do we have Minister of Lagos, Enugu, or Kano State? I know some people will argue that we have ministers from this state, but the question is, are those ministers appointed to represent the interests of their state or the entire federation? Whereas the minister of the FCT deals specifically on matters of governance within the FCT, just like the state governors in the respective states. They went to court before and the court fined them. Really? So that is the only indigenous people of Abuja will only be eligible to contest elections to the positions of governor of Abuja, seats in the Senate and House of Reps, as well as seats in Abuja State House of Assembly, so that Abuja State can now to get her own allocation from the federal purse. Perhaps a share of the 13% derivative should crude oil be eventually discovered in Abuja, so that Abuja can have her own local government areas. Since everybody want a crease, make them show them say everybody can crease. Have they forgotten that Abuja land was bought with Nigerian money from them? Did they give them Abuja land for free? Okay. Abuja is even lower than a state. Abuja, it is as it is now, has no roots. It has no indigenes. People from different states now make up the occupants of Abuja. The federal government has brought and has paid for Abuja. It is now a no man's land. You cannot eat your cake and have it. They should better hide their faces in shame. Now, because of the tribunal, the government or the verdict of a tribunal, now make them come and say they do this thing. Since you say there is nothing special in Abuja, then, now, let us do it that way. Let them be instigated by the frustrated opposition and Lula again. It is clearly stated that Abuja being treated as a state is only for the purpose of presidential voting matters only. The Constitution does not allow for them to have a governor, but only a minister that reports directly to the president. When a particular entity is created for a particular purpose, let it serve as such and enjoy its constitutional rights and entitlement. But if by any reason the attachment and purpose is no more relevant, another means of purpose will be adopted. If Abuja does not have a special preference as enshrined in the Constitution, then there's a need for a governor, state, assembly, and senators. You cannot deny them 25% specialty and still deny them governor. I don't dissipate my energy and time on non-issues. This is dead before arrival because Abuja was carved from Niger State and Kaduna State of power. No special status, just like Washington, D.C. in the U.S. Washington, D.C. has electoral college votes like other states, but it is not a state. Okay, exactly. They should be fixed for Abuja Gubernatorial House of Assembly, Senatorial and Federal House elections since it is just another state. Doesn't have any special status. Nigeria has gradually started its descent into political and economic abyss. Yes, you cannot fool everybody all the time. Rightful and demand in the right direction. The indigenous people of Abuja, instead of absorbing unfairly treatment by federal government, the judges have opened their eyes. You must have the balance of your two senators, your governor and your indigenous minister. Judges of presidential tribes want to justify their take-home, but now, shout the nation on the roof. Kudos to you, guys. Oh my goodness, this is interesting. That is just the truth. Since they say Abuja is not a special state, then they get ready for them to elect their own governor and senators. Chickener? Nice one. Useless and corrupt old cargo judges think you're smart. They will see black and call it white. No wonder their faces had turned down when they died. Evil set of people. Really? Their face that they turn under? Ha! Washington, D.C. is not a state, it's a district. DC stands for District of Columbia. Its creation comes directly from the U.S. Constitution, which provides that district, not a citizen 10-mile square, will become the seat of a government of the United States. This is applicable to Abuja, FCT, the presidential system of government. Well, they don't treat Abuja the way they treat FCT now. They say, this special again. That is where people will come outside. See, if you want to do something, let's expect a reaction. You don't just do things, do an action, and you do expect people not to react. This is the reaction that is gotten, and the reaction from the government now will also determine the next line of reaction we then go get from people who come outside like this. It is good to see online, but to make a move is so hard. So let's take Nigeria as we see it. Nobody want to die again by protest. If not by now, all the states in the whole federation would have been hurt by protest on evil judgment. You don't really hit the nail on the head, I tell you. You don't hit them. Alright, on those notes, we've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time.